take time to get in touch with the divine. Okay, welcome back, you guys. If you didn't see my video earlier, okay, this is my epic outfit for today, for tonight. Venus Day, you know, wear red on Venus Day. If you're feeling yourself. Yeah, I love it, right? It's great. So, Venus Day. Venus Day. Oh, goodness, you guys. So, let's come lower. Come lower. Come to my love. Oh, yeah, I was going to take the hat off, but I really like it, actually. It's giving like this Mary Magdalene, right? The red. I love it. I love it. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get on. Trying to get on so I can see the... So I can see the chat. And so I can put this link in the chat because I didn't put it in the description because I suck somehow. So I'm gonna put it here in the chat. And you guys can see what I'm working on, and if you want to donate, you can go to my gifts and go. I don't know why I didn't put it in the description, but you know I can't do everything all the time. I just do my best. That's what I can do, and I'm doing my best over here. So Venus Day, so 10/10 portal. What have you guys been doing? What have you been working on? What have you been manifesting? What's going down? How are we today, tonight, this evening? Woo-wee. People are so strange, man. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm going to stay on the note of what is the reading? Okay, guys. Burn some sage for this. Dear universe, source, creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, aliens, galactic federation, those that are with us to protect us, to bring forth the highest timeline and the best vibrational frequency, only of love and light and protection. Thank you for your clarity and your guidance. Okay. Who's going to come out today? I'm ready for it. It's a surprising type of day. Master Buddha, look, increased awareness. Deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Ask your guides. Ask your guides for some guidance. Ask and you should look at you guys. See? Does it get vibes? So I got those vibes. Mary Magdalena, the teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow your inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you. I'm hearing some people that we think are some people that we think are people are not actually people. And we gotta watch for the people that are hopping, that are body snatching. We gotta watch for these. Watch out now. Shekinah, sacred self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Right, guys? That's what I did, you guys. Do the things that make you happy. Do the things that bring you joy. I can't, like, you guys see this. Hold on. Is that better? Can you see better now? Then we had light activations, Sanat Kumara. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So yeah, for a lot of us, there is ancestors, aliens, there is different people that are coming through that are attempting to interfere. Now, as long as you're working with the keepers of the light, as long as you're working with the light, then, should be all right. But that doesn't mean that everybody is. And some people like to partake in lower vibrational frequency activities, drinking alcohol, doing substances. I'm not saying everything is bad. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying, like, when we're consistently in this state, it's easier for them, right? They're looking. They're looking. Your body is a vessel, right? Your soul is your soul. Your soul is within your body. This is just a meat sack, right? Some of us just like to decorate it differently than others. Lord Shiva, transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. Hold on. I gotta let my kitty in. One moment. Muse, where were you? Come on. Hurry. Where were you? She's late. I came back and normally she's ready to eat after this when the sun sets. And she was out running around. Kalima, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So facing fear. And then communication, Mercury. Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love. And finally be heard. So Mercury in the house. So even though that's normally like a Wednesday, Mercury might be doing some things. I haven't really checked too much. Mercury is in Scorpio, I think. So if Mercury is in Scorpio, then that means it's ready to speak. That means that you guys, facing the fear, and Mercury open communication. That means that you're ready to speak about something. Ready to speak about something that maybe you've been quiet about for a long time, and something that you've been holding back, right? That's why today I was like, I've been trying to put my dress up on my other channel, and it's just not letting me, right? All my devices are whatever, and so I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. It is what it is, right? If people decide to not like me or unfollow me or whatever because I'm doing makeup and dress up like on my channel, then that is what it is. Like, you don't have to watch that video. That's why I label it like that. But my truth is to be playful in art, in all forms and expressions of art, to be playful, right? It's this state of joy, this state of love, this childlike state that allows us to really like manifest and bring things into fruition, into manifestation, right? When we are like strong in our being, right? When you're like, I don't know what to do, Lose yourself in you, right? I lose myself in you. So you are your own universe. So lose yourself in yourself, right? Like who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know, you know? It's telling me to get Tarot of the Origins. Shout out to this awesome hat also. My friend Kita. ET for elevation tactics, techniques. Yeah. Elevate through everything, through all types of art, through fashion, through speech, through everything, right? Through choice. Yeah, look at that. That was 11:11. Do you have messages for us? Maybe not yet. Okay. Well, it wanted to come out, so maybe it's not ready yet. Not ready yet? Okay, Tarot of the Origins. This one is really cool. This is old. It doesn't want to come out yet, so let's figure out which one wants to come out. Crow's Tarot. Okay. The Hangman on the bottom. Transcend. Evolve. So whatever you've been holding off on, whatever you've been waiting for, that you're like, I don't really know. Am I waiting for the moment? Am I waiting for another option, right? Am I waiting for the right chance? We have here 7 of Cups, wonder, chance, right? Options. Am I waiting for the right chance, for the proper option? King of Cup, Diviner, Sage, to offer this cup of love, to actually express the cup? Am I, what are you waiting for? Because they're saying here, you know, the teacher awakens, like you prayed about this, you've had awareness about it, so you already know, it's something you've already contemplated. Okay. When I say you, I'm just speaking to whoever is watching, whether it's you or the cross watcher or however it resonates. I'm speaking as a channel giving information. The 2, as a high priestess. Look at that. As a high priestess, the necromancer, the seer. You know, I'm just telling you what I see and what I hear that they allow me to share with you. Yeah, it's something that you already know, the high priestess. It's like something that you've seen or you've felt already, right? So you know, right? It's like, you know, this never-ending story. It's like, people are like, well, what is it? Is it just connected to trauma? Is it this? Is it that? Is it fake love because it gives you butterflies, or it makes you feel like this, or is it distracting, or is it that? And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's something unexplained. It's something that is so, how do you say it? Like, so deep within the depths of my soul, of my being, of my soul force energy. It's like, I feel like almost, you know, like the Grinch when his heart gets bigger. It's like, he's like feeling it expanding. It's like, that's what it is. It's like this, oh, what is it? You know, it's like, and so you're like, what? It's not that you, it is that you want to chase it, or you want to feel it, and you want to know, what is that? What is it? What is it? It's soul recognition, right? It's, I see you, I know you. but like, who are you? Or who were you? Or who were we? Or what are we supposed to be doing in this lifetime, right? Sometimes we finally like reach that point and we realize that there was a project or there was something else that was supposed to happen. Maybe it's not the way that we thought, but for a lot of you, you guys have seen it and you already know what it is. Okay? I think both people have seen it. Okay. So should I do like the Hangman? Okay, so we have the Hangman in reverse. Okay. So we're working on evolving. We're working on not waiting, right? Page of Cups. Unearthly and mystical. Okay? Yeah. So this love, this connection, this love offering is like something that they don't know how to move on, don't know how to wait on because it's unearthly, right? It's this mystical, emotional, like, what is this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it feels better just to be able to feel it, to tap into it when I want, or to like address it. Because there's the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's a fear. So the Knight of Swords is intent. It says intent, hunger. Okay, this is like actions, right? So if the Knight of Swords is in reverse, then like they don't know how to maybe say or do the right thing. They don't know what the right thing to say or do is. They don't know what the right approach. They don't know what the right approach is. So are they taking action? Page of Coins. Expression. Message. For some, they can be expressing themselves. For some, they can be coming to you, you know, maybe at night, because this is like a Black Panther. Expression, message. For some, you can be getting a message. That's how they're going to start. The leap of faith. Wanderer, explorer. That's how they're going to kind of come in, is with this expression of love. Okay. For a lot of you, it's something you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for it. I think both parties. One is, see the fox here? The fox is a bit sly, right? The Three of Wands is about the ship coming in, but ingenious, savvy. So someone knows, okay? Someone already knows. They've been planning it, the Chariot. Okay, the Chariot is an entity, a channel, it says here. Okay, interesting. Cancerian energy. But it's someone that has maybe that is foxy for some of you. Some that has been foxy, you know, like more cunning in nature. I feel like on the hunt, right? On the hunt. Hunting you like you're the prey. You guys, is this some weird shit? Yeah, some weird shit. Are you trying to... Is there some weird, like, is someone going to hurt somebody? Okay, well, the Empress came out upside down. Conception. Intuition. I feel like this person is, whoever is trying to be cunning or sly, trying to do all of this, is still facing a bit of fear, because if the Empress is in reverse and conception and intuition, then it means they don't know they can't conceive when to do it, right? They're not tapping into their intuition because they're too much maybe in their brain. Okay, for some it's like they're gonna hunt and prey upon you, but not like and eat you. Okay, so it's not in it's like slang or something, right? So it's like they want to pray, pray, not prey upon you, like worship you. Um, they want to worship you, and they're on their way. The Chariot. They're on their way. Why is this Empress in reverse? Why is this Empress in reverse? Okay, guys, this is a little bit. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because here we are, and I'm gonna say it. So, because there's a lot of swords, there's a lot of words and actions here, and we have the Four of Swords in reverse, which it's normally restore, rejuvenate. Okay, is what it says, but it's in reverse. So maybe the Empress is upside down. So maybe, for some of you, maybe she's not well. For some, ooh, okay, yeah, the horns came out. For some, there's multiple. Look at the horns again. For some, there's multiple. There's multiple masculine energies. So you need to watch out, actually. Because one is coming towards you that means well, that wants to take care for you. Another is coming for you that may be overtaken by an entity, right? That's trying to actually hunt. Because we have the Four of Swords in reverse, so this is not getting better, this is not regenerating. Then we have the Five of Swords, which is distress and confusion. So they're trying to suck energy, like even your life force energy. They're literally have been trying to take life force energy, and so I'm like, I don't want to say it, but I need to say it. So some people can be trying to take your life or have tried to take you. I mean, I'm not going to say this is not weird because, like, people tried to unalive me. So I'm going to say that this is real, right? Death, mutate, regenerate. So I'm not getting this healing, death, and rebirth here because the Four of Swords is upside down. And we have the Five of Swords, which is distress and confusion. Fighting, like nobody's really winning. And then the Empress, which is conception and intuition, which is upside down. So where you once thought or trusted somebody, where you thought your intuition or your knowing of somebody, of one of these people, or maybe you could once trust them, but now there is an entity that is coming through one of them. And now your intuition, right, your conception of them or your ability to conceive or to do things, right? But for some, they can be trying to, they can be trying to hurt you. For some, they can be trying to impregnate you. For some, they can be trying to maybe unalive you or a child. Give me more information on this. The Tower, yeah. Okay, so somebody, draconian, forceful. Ooh. So, Draco, not reptilian, but draconian. So the Tower. So, they are trying or were trying to take you down. So one has been the Kali Ma. One has been creating blocks. One has been blocking. That is why. That's why this one is wondering what's going to happen. Okay. So the King of Cups is actually asking the High Priestess, do I have to keep waiting? Can I come in? Because I feel this. I feel this. I feel this. I want to make this expression, but there's this other thing that I'm worried about. Yeah. Seven of Wands, like defending, preserving, right? This raccoon, this fucking trash digger, right? I don't want Sagittarian energy on the bottom there. I don't want to be involved in this, right? Is the energy that I'm getting. Now for some, judgment. So for some, they can also be protecting, not just themselves, but can be protecting you. And the judgment, awaken, metamorphosize, right? This can also be what I'm getting strong energy is for a lot of the feminines, especially that are spiritually protected, right? Like me, I am spiritual gangster. I got like a team. I got like a whole army. They're seeing this. They're seeing that this intention and what these people were doing, that were actually siphoning energy, love, life force, okay? That were actually doing this. This is coming back to them. They're getting this judgment. You're protected, and they're getting this judgment. Okay, for the Divine Feminine, you're protected. For one of the Divine Masculines that was trying to siphon energy and life force and creation and intuition and health and everything, yeah, there was multiple people. Basically what I'm hearing is there's multiple people or groups of people that were siphoning like health, wellness, energy, talents. Like they were using, some were using binding spells, some were using, wow. Okay, yeah. So, but you're protected, and the judgment is coming down, and all of this stuff is coming back on them. All of this stuff is coming back on them. Eight of Cups. Five of Coins. Two of Cups. So shy, timid, okay? So I think for the actual masculine, Five of Coins, concern, complexity, yeah. For the actual masculine, he's still back to this little bit of fear of if they make this offering, right? If they open up, if they emotionally open up and they get vulnerable. Why are we on this every day, you guys? Who hasn't listened to the message? If they open up and they're emotionally vulnerable, they have concern of abandonment, okay? So this is obviously a wound that has happened before, okay? Someone has abandoned them, someone has cheated on them, someone has left them for someone else. So this is a thing that's happened, right? That's why the Two of Cups is upside down. They're afraid. They're afraid. This is someone from the past. This is someone you could have already known. This is someone you could have already been with. Someone you know for sure. For some of you guys, it's someone that you actually know, have met, or have been with at some point in time. Hello. Hi, Mel. Thank you. Isn't this hat great? This is my Bessie's hat. You guys want custom hats? Let me know. Let your girl know. So the reason why the Two of Cups is upside down is because they're afraid. They're afraid when they offer this. Five of Coins. This is normally the abandonment card, right? They're afraid. Like, don't make me Don't make me run back away and hide. Don't make me go back into the shell. So there can be very strong Cancerian energy. This is like the third or fourth card. One, two, three. Yeah. 4 or 5 cards. So there can be a Cancer. 9 of Cups, wish or desire. Look at that again with the Cancer energy at the bottom. The 9 of Cups. Wish, desire. So it is their desire to come together. It is their fear that something might happen. But the 10 of Swords is in reverse, you guys. So, you know, the only action that's going to block is the inaction, right? Page of Wands, yeah, is hiding the passion. Secret or enigma, right? This is the Page of Wands. So this is like an express your passion, right? Ace of Cups. Rapture, ecstasy. I hope someone's not trying to message me. All my devices are broken, so better call me directly or a lot of this sounds like people, a lot of this is people that this is what's going on. People are afraid. They are like afraid. The rapture and the ecstasy. It's like the fear, right? It's like, I want to offer this love and I really want this love to come back to me and I know that this love is there, but also I have this fear. Like if I commit, it's like a commitment. It's a commitment fear because they've been hurt, because they've been left, because they've been abandoned, because something has happened. So a lot of people are experiencing this right now in the collective. 8 of Wands, exceed, surpass. Okay, the 8 of Wands is about messages. So you can surpass. Look at this big old crocodile. Okay, you can surpass it, but it takes the messages, right? The 8 of Wands is like quick action, messages. It's like, don't overthink about it. 9 of Coins, harmony, chemistry. Look at this little lion pack. How cute, you guys. Okay, so this is, again, wish fulfillment, security. Okay. 4 of Cups, opportunity, change. Okay, so where you guys thought it might have been a missed opportunity, it's not. It means that the opportunity or the time or whatever has just changed. Hello, Lucy. Can I say please? I can't see it. It's really hard for me to see it. A number? Is that a number? The guides say no, so I cannot say it. The universe. The universe, totality, wholeness, okay? So you can come together, you can have this wholeness or this totality, right? Once you, right? Power, Genesis, the sun, yeah, and the moon in reverse. So once the secrets or the lies or the deception or whatever it is, once this comes out, then you can figure it out. But why you can't just be like, well, they might say no, but they might say yes, but I really like them, but I don't, maybe what I'm feeling is like they don't want, they're afraid for someone to know how much they like them. They're afraid for someone to know how much they like them. That's why That's why the inaction. You guys, that's fucking lame. Sorry, but do you know? Do you know for sure? And if you feel that drawn to say something, then say something. Four of Wands, stamina, potency. Again, this is union, marriage. Six of Wands, archetype, victor. So yeah, if you're trying to be in a commitment or come to a union or whatever, you will be victorious, but you have to actually express the passion. You have to actually express it. What's your advice for the people that are having the fear? I can totally see what you say. Thank you, Mel, for typing in caps. Also, how often do you do readings? I do readings every day. Right now I have devices broken, so I'm doing random readings. Generally, I do them a little bit before this time. But I do them daily, and I've been doing them live because I cannot record on any devices. So you guys get live and direct. So what's the advice for the people that are having the fear? Okay. Thank you, universe, source, creator. So for some, the ego death, right? When I see death come out upside down, this is like, it's like an ego death. So the reading that I did earlier today, I think, the 1010 reading, 1010 portal, I think it talked about this. If not, it was the one from yesterday. It talked about this, right? Because this is 46, the energy of 10, right? So this is completion, right? So it's upside down. So it's like the ego death, right? Because we're in this energy of like all this like Aryan energy, right? It's like action oriented. In Mars, it's action oriented. So it's time to actually take action, to act upon the things that you feel inner passionate about, right? That's why I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play dress up on this channel, because I couldn't get it to go on my other YouTube. And I was like, all right, I risk maybe not getting my same audience that I normally get from doing readings every day, because they might not want to watch me put on makeup and get dressed. But I don't care, because it's my passion, right? I am my favorite palette, I am my favorite art, my canvas, right, is myself, right? An expression that makes people inspired, that makes them feel like I can be anything, I can do anything. Every day can be a new character. The cow, nourishment, abundance, asking and receiving, okay? 20 is the energy. So yeah, it's about the duality. It's about, there is some type of ego death for the people that the fear. There is some type of ego death. Fear is a lower vibrational frequency construct. So as long as you're still operating in the space of fear, or as long as you're still fearing that this person will judge you or not accept you or whatever, then what happens is you're staying in this lower vibrational state, which means you're not a vibrational match for love. Because fear, like, imagine there's like a chart, right? Love and joy and all of this happiness is here. It's in this top bracket, right? Fear, jealousy, shame, they're like way down here. They're like bottoming out. So when we just say, okay, ask yourself, like, what am I in fear of? Where is the fear stemming from? What is the fear of, right? Is the fear of not knowing what to say? Is the fear of not knowing what to wear? Is the fear of not knowing who you are? Is the fear of, are you, are you anxious attachment style? Is the fear that you're going to love somebody more than somebody else? Are you avoidant? Is the fear that this other person is going to love you more and it's going to be too much? What is it? If fear is opposite vibration, it's not the opposite vibration of love. It's not the opposite. I'm saying there's a spectrum of like where, let's say, words, feelings, or emotions can be rated. And joy, happiness, bliss, love are at the very top, right? Fear is just it's low. It's an energetically low frequency. Your body, all of your cells in your body are responding to what you're letting your brain run. So if we're running fear programming, then the body, every cell in your body, you trillions, is saying, I'm scared. And what you're doing is the universe is just out here giving you reassurance towards whatever you're saying, right? So if you're like, I'm so fucking sick of everybody, then everybody is going to make you begin to actually physically even begin to turn sick. Or I'm so whatever, then this is going to become your reality. Because what happens is your conscious brain decides that this is what's happening, this fear or whatever it's running, whatever program it's running. And so your conscious brain comes to this point where it's not speaking to the subconscious, it's just running this program. And so what's happening is the universe is just giving you more of what you ask. You say, I am love, right? I am love. I am light. I am grateful, right? Whenever you feel fear or anger, I tend to try to turn to gratitude as a state of what are all the things that do bring me joy, just to get me out of the state of being out of joy, right? Just to get me out of that state, because who wants to be in that state anyways, right? Everybody wants to be in a more blissful, happy state anyways. So I just think about some things, like maybe I call my cat over and ask my cat for some cuddies, like let's get snuggy, like something that makes you happy. It can be somebody's lap. It can be like I like this Japanese ice cream, right? This ice cream, like whatever it is that just like gets your brain. Because what happens is you start to take a train, and your thoughts then become your words, become your actions, they become affirmations. Are affirmations a way to have ego death from fear into something different? Fear, okay, so let's revisit fear in a different way. So where there's fear, okay, where we find fear or anger or resentment, that is where there's something within us that we need to work on. So I like to use, fear, you have to remember, fear is an emotion. So emotions is energy in motion, right? So when you can understand that concept, then look at movement, then you can understand that when you're stuck in a state of fear, that you're not letting the energy flow through you, right? Experience it. Just be like, wow, what is this fear? Why am I fearful? I'm fearful because this person makes me so excited, or because they're so pretty, or because it's like nothing I ever felt before. Like, ooh, what is this, right? Like ask your fear. What are you? Where are you coming from? Address it, because sometimes the fear is coming from an old program that we've been running, that's just running in our conscious brain. It's just like our brain is not our friend, right? Our subconscious is like what speaks to us when we're in sleep state, when we're in meditation state. That's our buddy. That's where we can tap into higher states of consciousness, right? This part, not our friend. 9 times out of 10, it's working against you. You are your own worst enemy, because you're over here being like, oh, well, nobody really liked what I had to say, or nobody whatever. And it's like, wait a second, like, who created that? You. Your thought became your word, became your perception, became your reality, and now you just projected it onto somebody else. So before you get stuck, before you start taking the train of, I'm afraid of something, ask yourself, why am I afraid of this? Where does the fear stem from? And if you need to sit and breathe and say, you can do like muscle testing to get yeses or nos. Like, is it when I was a teenager? Is it when I was a child? Is it something that somebody said to me, right? And we can slowly like work through to see where it's stemming, what it's stemming from. Because an affirmation doesn't kill an ego death. Now, telling yourself, like writing stuff on your mirror, like reiterating things to yourself is programming. What you're doing is you're rewriting the program. Imagine your brain like a computer, right? We are the highest artificial intelligence, right? We are like a supercomputer, right? Now, imagine that you want to rewrite a program, right? Imagine like, how your phone needs to do updates, and it has to be like, because it's like now it's not operating the same because the software is out of date and they've updated it. That's basically what's going on. So what happens is people don't realize that we're the same, right? We're like a battery, right? So we need to be recharged. We need to change the program. We need to replug in a new upgrade, right? We need to do that. And how we do that is by saying, okay, now I'm going to see where this program has been running rampant. Because some programs are running from when we're small, like, and many of them run unconsciously, like walking. Do you think about walking when you get up to walk? Like, until I was hit by a truck and I had to learn how to crawl and walk and do all that stuff again, until I had to reactivate that part in my brain that had been trained from a small of knowing what to do. I had to train my brain again to know, okay, this leg is now moving, this hip is now, So that's what happens is we're running old programs. So where is this program coming from? And ask yourself, put your hand on your heart, put your hand on your body. Where's the fear coming from? Because sometimes it's trapped, right? This is why I do somatic body work with people. Because sometimes it's trapped, sometimes it stays. And when we have trauma or fear, it can stay in our body for a long time. Sometimes our fears are not even our own. Sometimes our fears are ancestral, right? That are being passed down, right? I for a long time I dated this kid, and he was always so afraid of the water, and I was like, this is a game changer, right? Because I love being on my boat. And I was like, why? And so when we did some like soul retrieval, what I realized is actually that his mother had this crazy accident, and she was afraid because she saw someone get attacked by a shark or something like this. And so he was afraid of the water. And so once we opened that that's what it was, and that actually it wasn't his fear, it was just always her constant fear of them going in the water or whatever, that it created this fear for him, that he just perpetuated it because it's a program that's been running unconsciously for so long. Does that make sense? You have fear to let your partner know you. Yeah, well, there's two ways to look at that, right? There's two ways of, maybe if the partners knew that you're still afraid to open up because you are afraid they might run away, right? That's one way. And then there's another one that's like, well, maybe you've been hiding a bit of who you are because your partner isn't okay with it. So it kind of depends on which is it. Are you afraid to open up because it's new and you're afraid they're gonna go, or has so much time already gone by that now you're like, I don't know if I can just be vulnerable or whatever. I don't know. Like which way is it really is the real question, right? We can pull a card. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Okay, so how it is you're going over and over and over and over from the beginning. So, yeah, it's the vulnerability part. So the best thing I can say as far as that goes is you have to open up communication. This is where the reading started. You might have to go back when the feed is over to see the beginning. But the keepers of the light, this is what they were talking about, is something that you've been thinking about has finally awoken, right? And your sacred self, this self that you've been hiding or holding back for some amount of time, is now ready to shine light. and what you can say. Yeah, trust. So you have to trust. What are you? What is your fear? Is your fear that when they see the actual who you are, like that they're going to judge you or they're going to leave you? Or is it, have you been hiding something really big and now you're like, well, maybe I should tell them because I feel bad about it? Like, which is it? Do you know, like all of these factors kind of come into play. So we can pull a couple cards. Something you've been waiting, something you've been wanting to tell for a while, but you haven't told it. Is it something you've been doing for a long time? It's something you've been doing for a long time. Okay. It's something you've been hiding for a long time. Yeah, something you've been hiding for a long time. The wounded warrior. You're afraid that it's going to wound his ego. You're afraid it's going to wound his passion for you. And yeah, you're afraid that it can cause this heartache that's going to create you to go on a new path of being single. Is he going to be open? I guess the real question is the partner going to be open if you do tell them? And this is the real thing. The Hierophant. Okay, so that means, so the person is open to knowledge, is open to learning, right? So maybe how you go about it needs to be in a more slow manner. Like, don't drop everything all at once. Or just say, I have something I want to share with you and I want to teach you about me or what I do. And are you open to slowly learning more about who I am? Because I would feel better if I could share that more of who I am with you, right? That's the best way. Can you please sew it for me? What? What is your question? What is your question? Number 3. I feel like I'm deeply a shitty person. I can't show him or else he will leave. So you've been doing something. Yeah. Because I saw a lot of the 9 of Wands. If he knows that you've been, I mean, you get what you give. So know that in telling this person, right, the longer you wait to be honest about it, the worse it is. Right? The worse it is. Like, my last partner tried to be like, well, da 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 da, and I felt really terrible. And it's like, if you felt really terrible, you would have called me the moment after it happened and said, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Not like months later when you got fucking called out or caught, because I can feel it and read the energy. So it depends. Do you know, like, the person might leave you. The longer you lie to people, the longer the more you're annihilating the trust. That's just fact. It's just fucking fact. And if you're doing something that you have to hide from somebody, then you shouldn't be in a fucking relationship with them anyways. I'm just gonna be real. I keep it real. I have so much Scorpio in my chart, I'll tell you. I tell it like it is. I tell it like it is over here. Does someone else have a question? Yeah, so it could go different ways, but what it will do is bring emotional contentment, right? It will bring emotional contentment, the 10 of Cups. So Maybe this person, also something that you don't know. Yeah, victory. And the Five of Swords. Okay. So someone might be feeling defeated in the end of the whole situation, for sure. Someone might be feeling defeated. They're going to be feeling defeated about the third party. Maybe the third party, who the third party is. Okay. And if it's always going to be like a better man or another woman or something like this, and it's fucking with somebody's ego or do you know what I'm saying? Like if it's somebody that's going to make somebody feel less, then yeah, they're going to be defeated, and it's not going to be wish fulfillment. You're not going to get the what you want. But just know that if you have done it, that you have to be okay with this person maybe doing it too, or maybe it ending and this person going on to be with other people also, and that's what it is, you know. That's my husband tried to tell me, well, I would be okay if you went to fuck somebody else, like that it would be better because then it would be fair. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't be fair because I wasn't interested in that, you know. I'm interested in someone that is loyal to me. I have too much Scorpio in my chart, and my moon and my Venus is Virgo. So no, that's a no for me. That's a 0% forgiveness. You're dead to me. He is deeply jealous. Yeah. Probably because people have hurt him before. Probably because people have cheated or done something else before. So, generally people have good reasons why they act certain ways. Yeah. Queen of Wands. Somebody betrayed his trust. Somebody acted on the passion, and maybe that's why. And also, here's something that you don't know. Maybe he's been feeling it, and maybe he's been acting a certain way because he can feel it within you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what this last asshole was doing, you know, like I wouldn't know the difference, and I'm just like, I can fucking feel it. I can feel you. I can feel this other person. I can feel the other people. Like I can feel, like, now, I don't know. To each his own. I'm not sure what everybody did. Mine went and got high with a bunch of random people and fucked prostitutes without condoms. So that's really an unforgiving situation. I don't know what you did. I don't know if he's going to forgive you. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. To each his own. You know? You're not in love with anybody else. You're deeply loyal. Well, you're not deeply loyal if you're fucking somebody else, if you're fucking other people. That was the Nine of Wands. This is not the first time or the last time or the first person, if you really want to get into it. I don't think you will regain his trust. I don't know. I don't know that you can. I don't know. I don't know what his sign is. It really depends on what his chart is, what his core values are. You'd have to do a reading. You have to get a reading. You'd have to get a choice on the lies and deception. Let's see. He's a Gemini. Don't know about that. Your choice that you have to make is to take the leap of faith is to take the leap of faith. Listen, you have to be honest, and either you're honest and actually forthright and you say that you fucked up. Like, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. when people take accountability, it's different, right? Like this fool came back and was like, I'm so sorry. It's like, you're not sorry because you fucking have zero remorse. And you were like, well, if you would have seen her, you might have wanted to fuck her too. It's like, bro, that's not to say that you would do it again 100% when you're in bed with somebody that you're saying you want to be with and have a family with is not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not words. It's not saying you're sorry. It's your fucking actions, right? It's not what you say. It's how you say it. It's not what you do. It's how you do it. So if you're consistently, um, if you're consistently, um, you know, doing sneaky ass shit, then like what I saw, the give and receive. Do you know what I'm saying? You might be cut off. You might lose your monetary flow. If that's why you're with somebody or that's why you're staying with somebody, you might lose your monetary flow. Because I'm seeing the queen. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, people do what they do, and the situation at hand is like when I wasn't well, they were all doing this crazy fucking spell work, trying to take my life, literally, and using my life force energy and sucking my. I was like 42 kilos. I don't know where you're from. That's about 93 pounds. So now I'm like 54 kilos, 55 kilos. That's like 117 pounds. I'm still not even at a healthy weight. And I've been working on it but there was a lot of spell work. There was a lot of stuff that had to be done. And that's what happens is when you go and you be with other people, when you're swapping energy, especially intimately like that, it can really fuck up other people's programs, especially people that are highly sensitive people. How did I regain my energy? I removed a lot of the spell work. I removed a lot of the spell work. I did a lot of cleansing. I live in Bali, Indonesia. I did a lot of priest work and cleansing ceremonies and stuff like this. And now I have protection. And also, like, yeah, I just, like, regained my power and my space. I just say, get the fuck on, you know? Like, now I'm still struggling. Obviously, I'm still struggling. I need a new device. I'm trying to earn money. I'm trying to sort myself out because, honestly, like, I split a life with somebody that wasn't really trying to take a life. He was trying to take my life and my money and my designs and all of my stuff, you know, which just been slowly catching on to it all along. And, you know, it is what it is, but everything is under investigation, and I have crazy protection from my spiritual team and all of this. So, because I give, and I give messages every day, and I pray to the universe, source, creator, to divine, because I choose to thank them every day and ask for their protection. I basically have I'm basically like, I got a spiritual gangster team. Do you know? They be taking people out. Like, karma be coming in quick. That's why, like, even though I know my tablet fell, like, that's cool. That means I get new stuff. Even though I lost this one, whatever we lose is just making space for what comes next. So, this person didn't love me. You can't love somebody. You can't be with somebody for a long time and then when they're sick and dying, go and just fucking Indonesian hooker without a condom? Because you're being sneaky when they go to get condoms and you don't want them to know that you're doing something skeezy? Like, that's the kind of shit, bro. Like, karma is a bitch, and it will come right the fuck back around and slap you. And, like, that's what's going on. That's the cards that I was reading here before is I was picking up on some of that. And it's not just my energy, it's energy in the collective. So just know that a lot of the higher powers are at work. Like I said, there can be people, entities that are hopping in and out. And when you're partaking in bad vibrational things with lower frequency people, like cheating or lying or doing all these things, you're open to these spiritual attacks. You're open to them. You're allowing yourself to be open to them by your actions, by not protecting yourself, by not protecting your partner, by just saying, I'm just going to do whatever feels good. Like, if you felt bad to do it, then you wouldn't have done it. Because I know, like, I don't get offered plenty. But does that mean I'm going to take up everybody's offer that looks good, that maybe has something better to offer? Like, no, I wasn't doing that if I was like with somebody. Do you know, like, when you're with somebody, then you should have open communication. And if you don't have open communication, and if you can't be honest, and if you can't be vulnerable, then you're in the wrong relationship. Period. You know? That's why every time I needed to be heard, it became an attack. I realized, sometimes the ones that you think are nice are also fucking narcissists. Narcissists do things without remorse. So the longer you have done something that is gonna hurt somebody else, and you fucking lie and you hide it from them, you're a bad person. I'm sorry, but you're a bad person. Now, it's different than like, okay, like the kid's dog got ran over and you don't want to say that he ran away. Okay, it's different. That's different. We're fucking adults. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you can't be honest and true and correct and direct with that person. And if you're in fear, then you already know you did something wrong. And you knew that, and that's why you lied, and that's why you hide, and that's why you snuck around doing it in the first place. So you should just say, I'm a bad person. I'm a shitty person. I fucked up. I don't know if you'll forgive me, but I hope that you can. That's the best you can do. That's the best anybody can do. If this motherfucker would have done that immediately, then I would have known there would have been remorse. But there wasn't remorse. There's not remorse. You don't come after you come back and tell somebody and they don't want to be with you, and then you beg them for days to be with you, and then you let them be with you, and then you're fucking sitting talking about this girl and how her pussy was juicy, and fuck you, bro. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You have no remorse. So do you have remorse or not? And do you don't have remorse because that the grass wasn't greener? Because that's what happened. Somebody thought the grass was greener because they were getting more attention, because a narcissist wasn't getting enough attention when I needed care. When the empath needed care, the narcissist wasn't there. Because it's not about them, because they're not getting the attention. So if you're not giving the care, if you're not giving the support and the vulnerability and the honesty and the love to your partner, then are you the narcissist? Because you care more about your feelings or your ego than you do about his or theirs or whatever, however it applies. So you feel worse that someone might know that you're bad, or that the person that you're claiming that you love, you might have hurt them. It's like he had no remorse for that, but then when he saw me fucking cry and told me to get the fuck out of my house for good, then he felt bad because he could feel my hurt. And that, I think, devastated him. But there was no remorse still. So if you're hiding and you're lying and you're pretending, then that's narcissistic abuse. That is manipulation. That's manipulation. Straight up. When your words don't match your actions. When you say one thing and do another, that is straight abusive manipulation. You know? Like I told him, like if I ever have to hear about this, if you're not the first one to tell me that you want to be with somebody else or whatever, just let me know. Communicate. We're adults. Use your words. Tell me. when you're done, if you're bored, if you want to go to be with somebody else, if you, whatever. We were very honest and very open communication, but that didn't happen. And after it happened, there wasn't there wasn't anything. And the first rebuttal was, well, technically you were needing space to heal, and we weren't really together anyways, were we? So you have no remorse. You were using it as a pass. Go fuck yourself. But I love you, but I want to be, yeah, you love me now that I'm feeling better. But you weren't trying to make me feel better. You were trying to suck my fucking life from me. So, and try to blame it on something else. Try to blame it on my higher level spiritual connection with my actual twin from this lifetime, blocking me from being able to receive my abundance that the universe wanted to give me. And I was allowing it to happen because the empath and the narcissist are just aged, the tale as old as time, addiction. And that's what it is it's an addiction. As much as I was like, this person has addictions, I'm like, this is an addiction. Right? And why did it become like that? The reason why it became like that is because my whole life I had this narcissistic abuse. My mother was MPD, right? Narcissistic personality disorder. So I was taught from a young age that this was love, that love was like this. That people always just hurt you, and that's just what it was, and you had to forgive them, and you had to coddle them, and that's not love. I'm sorry. Love doesn't lie. Love doesn't lie. Love is honest and open and authentic and vulnerable. And if it's really love, then it should be unconditional, right? Unless as you've started the relationship, right? Unless in my case, where there was only 3 conditions and you broke all 3 of them in one go, then the unconditional love is now not there because the few conditions, not expectations, but the few boundaries, the few level of respect. So once you take away somebody's respect, how do you expect them to return the respect for you? That's the real question. You can't. It's just like, well, demand respect for me. No. I will not give it to you, and I don't have to, because it hasn't been received and it hasn't been given to me. So I give it, right? Respect is something that's earned. It may be given in the beginning, but that doesn't mean unconditional love, doesn't mean unconditional boundaries. Don't get it twisted. That's a narcissistic, that's a manipulative solution. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional boundaries. That is fucking narcissistic manipulation. There is boundaries. There is conditions. Okay? Love is infinite. Yes. A relationship and love, there is conditions that the people have decided on. So if you cross those boundaries, then you've crossed those boundaries. And you have to take accountability and beg for fucking forgiveness. And see if the person will forgive you or not. That's all you can do. Nothing else I could say. Nothing else anybody could do. I mean, you could sit there and keep lying, but it's just going to... I mean, what that will do is it will eventually become a physical malformity. Either inside, internally, it can turn to cancer. It can turn to something. That's what will happen. Literally, it will turn to a physical thing. The more you keep hiding and lying. Different clients that had different problems, right? And this one guy had like cancer. Had major problems. Always. Prostate problems, because he was always hiding from his family. Hiding from his wife and his family that he was fucking like addicted to porn. That he was always just fucking jerking off, addicted to porn. So it manifested. After a while, it manifested. Because he was hiding and lying about it. It manifested. fucking took him out. He lost his fucking nuts. I don't know. I don't remember. Can't remember. Maybe he might have died from it or something. It was really intense. But that's what happens, and that's what will happen, because the trauma, the lie, the deceit, all this stuff, it stays in our body. It stays in our body. So you gotta let it out. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. And a good thing to ask yourself, right? A good thing to ask yourself is like golden rule, right? How would I feel if the shoe is on the other foot, right? Like, how would I feel if someone did this to me? Like before I make any action, especially like that, when I'm dating somebody or when I'm in a relationship or when anything that's potentially questionable, right? I ask myself, if this other person were to see this other person, would I be okay that they did X, Y, and Z? Then I shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. How do you cleanse the body from your actions? Or how you fucked up? I mean, it's hard because it depends on the person that you're with, like what they're spiritually carrying. And here's the thing, like what I had to cleanse and purge for literally for weeks to get this shit out of my body, to get the energetic trace, right? I could feel 5 other men the way that they fucked her. Like I can feel, like I am so energetically sensitive. Like it's a no-go for me. If you want to fuck other people, be single. That's a no-go for me. It's not. I can't, like, high priestess needs to either be by themselves. That's why out here and in many places you see the high priestesses never take a wife. The priests and stuff always have to have a wife because a man needs a woman. Woman can't be distracted by a man if a man can't be faithful. That's just period, because just I have too much energetic connection. So but yeah, to purge or to clean your body, I don't really know. It depends on what they were carrying, to be honest. And mainly, like, you have to cleanse your conscience, right? Because it's staying stored in your body. Like, you have to cleanse your conscience, which means you have to address the thing, right? So when we choose, you've ever heard, like, when we're bottling up emotions or we're bottling something up, that's what's happening. Is, imagine our body is like a bottle and we're just bottling it up. It's just storing. And what happens is it creates, like, the cells basically create a memory and it stays in your body. And then every time you think about that, and it's traumatic, like, so every time you're like, fuck this lie I didn't say, or this thing I'm hiding, your body actually, the cells remember it and reproduce the same trauma, the same fear, the same experience over and over and over again until you address the thing. So either go to a therapist, but, like, I would say you need to tell your partner. That's how you get it out, by saying, I did this. I feel terrible. I want to hold you. Can you hold me? Can we or not? Because I don't know. Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. So for some of the collective and for you, what can be happening is as you basically state your truth, like, the truth will set you free. Like, first it's going to piss you off, right? But then it will set you free. So for some, it can be like you can hit a next level of transformation. Like it can like level you up by just like setting you free, like lightening like some of the weight and stuff that you have on your body. And what it can also do is like let him know that you're going to be honest, that you feel in love or vulnerable by being honest with him. Welcome love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. So heart with a key. So for some it could lock your love down. For others, lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, people transformation. For others, when they have this epiphany, they could lock their love from you as well, and they can be saying, okay, now I'm welcoming the right person, right? Because the thing is the right person, in my mind, yeah, coffee cup, meeting, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. In For me, someone needs to be able to be honest, to be able to share that, to be able to say that. You know? Like, and if we can't be honest with each other and there's not communication, then for me there is no future, there is no present. Like, there is no point, right? Run, the runner, yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't have a fear of intimacy. Now, I think I may have been before. You know, that was like my MO, to run, to run, to run. To just leave whenever the problem was bad. Because I'm just like, all right, you know what you can do is remove your own ass real fucking quick, right? When you remove yourself, the problem doesn't exist because you're not there to be part of the problem anymore. You're the solution. You've removed yourself. Now you're the solution. Yeah. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party, interference. So for some of you guys, there was a third party that came into play. That created an interference. Okay? Choosing to entertain the third party. Right? Seduction. It's just like when the guy's like, oh, well, it just happened. Like, I'm sorry. You don't just get naked and pull down someone's pants and whip out your dick and get it inside of a pussy by accident. It takes effort. It takes effort. I know. It takes effort. So, coffin. For some of you guys, this could be the validation that you needed to be like, you know what, all right, I'm over it. You're right. You're right. Why would I be with somebody that would lie, that would cheat, that would steal, that would do all these things? 0%. Classy block. So, coffin. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, liberation, transition. So also this is about nailing it down. Also, when you get nailed, maybe when you chose to get nailed, you chose to put an ending in your relationship. So, your ex and you have still been friends. You're fucking your ex. That's who you're fucking? That's even worse. Even worse. So why are you going back? Why would you do that? Why would you go back? That's the real question. If you made somebody your ex, like, why would you go back? Like, the only reason why this person begged for me for days, like, I just was like, whatever, like, I actually felt bad. Actually, I felt like I wanted to feel better. I was tired of feeling bad. I was tired of feeling alone. I wanted to feel better, but I feel like it was like a pity fuck. Because I'm just like, I know tomorrow morning I'm going to tell you to get your shit and get the fuck out. So, might as well. Might as well have one for the road and be on. But I wasn't with somebody new. I've been here by myself. I was with the same person that was still my person. So, what are you going to say? You didn't fuck her, but you're also friends with her boyfriend? What? Confused. Confused. So, it is what it is in the end of the day, but some shit is over. Rip, rest in peace. Some shit is over. When you nailed them, you put the nails in the coffin, right? The fact that you could be seduced by someone that you still talk to, that's still your friend. It's like, it's a thing. Like, if you can be friends with somebody, then that's great. You can be friends. I tried to be friends, but this person is a narcissist. Narcissists don't want friends. They don't want to be your friend. They just want your attention and your energy. That's all a narcissist wants. An attention and your energy. They want everybody's attention and everybody's energy. And well, if you were giving me more attention, I wouldn't have had to go somewhere else to get it. It's like, I can't give somebody attention when I'm sick in bed having a fucking stroke. Can I? Who needs the attention? How fucking old are we? So, anyways, check yourself. Are you the narcissist? You don't know what are the qualities of a narcissist. Narcissists do whatever makes them feel good without the consideration of how it might make anybody else feel. They are self-serving. There's many qualities that explain narcissists. I'm going to start the series on narcissists. On how to leave abusive, narcissistic relationships. I've had to leave my family, many relationships, my friends. I just had to, whatever. Because when you realize, this one seemed sweeter than the rest. The rest were all very controlling. This one was like non-controlling. But I think it was all an act anyways. I don't really know. I'd like to think that there was love, but honestly, I don't really know. I've seen too much. You're usually called unthoughtful. That is true. Yeah, if you don't think about how your actions might affect other people, for me, I'm always, every action that I do, I think about how it's affecting everybody, like right now and in the future, and maybe even when I'm gone. Like, what? But to each his own. It's just a different level of consciousness. Now, you could speak your truth, and it could take some time to heal. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles of time to heal, progress. You could make progress over time. For some, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Now, for some, you can just be ending the contract. Yeah. For some, can just be ending the contract. For some, you can be starting a new contract. For some, you can still have a contract, and it could be part of the contract that you just have to, maybe deal with. I don't know. It's a choice. Everything is a free will choice. The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So, I think that's your answer. We've had quite a few. I mean, it can go either way. But whatever, regardless, the lie, the secret, the deception, like the old relationship, that's not a relationship. That's a fucking situationship. That's a relationship. If you're fucking lying and fucking somebody else, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, to each his own, right? To each his own. For me, I don't know. For me, I'm very, very picky about my people, about my partners, because my energy and my temple is so sacred that I have to know or feel that the person's energy is going to be able to recharge and not decharge, not drain me. But yeah, that's a different thing. So in the end of the day, to each his own, right? Like, I'm just like, I want someone that can fucking hold me. Sometimes that leads to other things. Okay? For all adults. Sometimes when you're close and you hold people and you feel their pain and you feel their sadness, like, I don't know. I feel like this person is really dark and really twisted, and I feel like slightly sadistic as fuck. I think that he got off, like something getting off on people wanting to kill themselves or hurt themselves or feel down or sick or dead or whatever, His last girlfriend was the same. Like, tried to send her away in a fucking loony bin. She had to get sent back in a coma. Said that she was fucking crazy, this and that, all this crazy stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, that's weird. All this stuff is like, it's almost like you guys try to do that shit to me too, but the only difference is people actually pay me to speak to spirits, dead people, for them, so I'm not imagining things. Nice try. And I've had everything, all the tests done, guys, all the brain tests and scans and da-da-da. I don't have personality disorder. I am a bit obsessive compulsive. I am obsessive compulsive. I do have CPTSD and ADHD, but I have no bipolar, no schizophrenic, none of that shit. Been tested. I'm good, baby. I'm just my own kind of crazy. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. So, if you're not honest, then you're being the toxic one. Yeah, healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. Would you do that to yourself if you love yourself? Hi, hello, glowing star. How are you? Would you, ask yourself. Would you do that to yourself? What's your question, glowing star? What's your question? Are you making healthy choices? What's your question? Tell me your question. Oh, maybe you're typing it. Is it a relationship question? It has to be a love question. This is a love reading. We're talking about relationships, situationships. So let's do something different. Can I get a couple cards for singles? Whoop, whoop. Knowledge and healing. We have the serpent. Hold on. Cards for singles. Okay, the serpent and the swan. Can I get a card for couples? Okay. These will be for couples. Can I get a card for situationships? Okay. Can we get a card for divine masculine's feelings? Divine masculine. And for divine feminine. Woo! Ooh. Ooh, guys, okay. So let's start over here. Can I read yours? I didn't see what your question was. I didn't see what his relationship question was. I can't see your question, glowing star. So we're gonna go here first. Singles. So the serpent, knowledge, healing, 23, which is the energy of 5. So for singles out there in love, you guys are shedding some old skin, stepping into new skin, growing and becoming healing, learning knowledge in it changes. Indefinite. It's been happening. You guys are transforming. Look at the swan. Transformation, trusting the psychic gifts, and the energy of 3. So you guys, some of you guys have been, some singles have been manifesting something. Some of you guys, not sure what you've been manifesting. Let's see. Is it love? Is it coins? What is it? Whoa. They're just jumping. Ooh, manifesting some love. They're really manifesting some love to come back. Missed opportunity. Maybe they're manifesting an opportunity, but the cups is love, emotional state. So manifesting some nice emotions. So that's good. That's good. Can we get another card on that? Temperance. Trying to figure out the right way, how to put their, I'm getting this, test the waters. Trying to test the waters. Okay. Let's go for, oh, what was the second one? Relationship, right? Partnership. People that are together. First, we have communication with the energy of 5. So something has to change in the way you're communicating if you're in a committed relationship. Spider, creative projects, the energy of 6. So you guys might want to communicate about creative projects, right? Figure out how you can maybe weave some of the things that you do together. And the cat, independence, healthy boundaries. Now, for some of you guys that are in relationships, some of your creative projects or things that you do, you guys have to actually create healthy boundaries for those things. For some of them, it can be you need to have more time to do it together if you've been in a relationship where you've been spending a lot of time together. For others, it is about maybe separating some of the things that you do. Some of you guys could work a lot. You could have a lot of things or projects that are woven together, and you need to figure out how to maybe disconnect. I'm getting that some of you guys have some of your projects that are weighing on the relationship, and you need to figure out how to create more independence from the exterior. Okay. For situationship, we have birth and rebirth with 50, the energy of 5. So something has got to come out. Something has got to die in order to be born. Yeah, because my phone is really old. I can really only read all caps. I can kind of see what you say, some, but not all. It's really hard. It's far away. So birth and rebirth. So change. So for if you have a situationship, like Mel out here who was talking, you're kind of in a situationship, right? Birth and rebirth. So something has to die. So you have to let the death of the ego, saying someone might get fucking pissed off at me because I tell them the truth. The bard, music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling, okay? You can be lucky if you share your story and maybe it's in a good way, right? But also, maybe the birth and the rebirth, if you're in a situationship, maybe it's time for it to end. It's changing, right? And the way you can change it is by sharing your story, right? Some can share the story, some can tell the story, some can, maybe you can find other people that have a similar story that you can connect better with. Now we have here, before I get to your question, what is your question? What is the energy? Hold on, I can't see. It's about career. Are you in the right path? Okay, hold on. Let me finish this love stuff before I ask that. So first we have divine masculine, and then we have divine feminine. So for divine masculine, we have forgiveness and trust, okay? Now for forgiveness, this is 13, so the energy of 4. So forward movement, if you were thinking about forgiveness, okay? For some of you guys, it could be taking a trip. This can be a psychedelic trip of sorts. It can be a mental trip, right? You might need to do a little ego death. I just did this amazing hat. You guys, I made this amazing hat. I call it the Golden Teacher. It's like very mushroom, very Goomba, right? So anyways, maybe this is part of it, right? The forgiveness. Maybe you can connect this way also. Trust. Trust of the path. It can be rocky. This is what, 47, so this is 11. So trust. So, okay, trust that the path, that forgiveness, okay? Trust that you can get forgiveness, or trust that you can give forgiveness. It's a real thing. For the divine feminine, these are I try to pull multiple cards. First we have the Goblin, 31. Wounded human ego, okay? Somebody, okay, I'm getting, okay, so I'm getting both. Okay, so I'm getting that the feminine was wounded, okay? Her humanness, the feminine was wounded, and she's kind of like, fuck you. So maybe she restricted, and we see restriction here. Okay, it's like it's not going to work. And the Wasp, anger, retaliation, jealousy. Stung, okay? So maybe she bruised this masculine's ego by saying, actually, I restrict you. That's a no. It's not going to work. The energy of 8 on restriction being crossed out. Hold on, y'all guys. Let's see what's going on with this. So, the masculine, if the masculine is asking for forgiveness and for her to trust him, you're going to have to come with more than a Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is, okay, I'm going to send you something small. I'm going to send you something small, and that's going to be okay. That's not going to be okay. I don't feel like it's going to be okay. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you better say that it better be more than, oh, well, I'm working on something. That's not going to fly. Yeah. He's going to say, I'm working on something. What are you working on? They need to see what you're working on. You can't just say, trust me, trust me, trust me. I'm working on it. I've been hearing this for fucking years. That's why I got over it, okay? That's why I got over it, okay? What is the energy? I feel people's energy, like I can get something if it's off. You can sense into energy. Yeah, you can definitely sense into energy. Hold on. Let me get another card for the masculine, please. Okay, for some of the masculine, yes, these lies, these deceptions, all of these things that have happened, it's not the feminine that needs to have the strength, it's the masculine that needs to have the strength to come out with it. And I think that the reason why they're not coming out with it is because they're also lying to someone else. And that other person that they're lying to is, it can be an older figure. For some, it's mother. For some, it is money. It's where the money is coming from. It's the stability or the money. And they feel that they can't do it without that strength. But the thing is, yeah, Ten of Swords. Okay. Now, if you notice, it came out upside down and spun right side up on my hand. So what this tells me is that, yeah, you're going to have strength. The masculine's going to have strength, because what's going to happen is he's actually going to have to trust by begging for the feminine's forgiveness and not saying, well, I'm working on this. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to work on it. Just wait, because I need this money, or I need this thing, or I can't burn this bridge, right? I have to keep this thing going. I have to keep this lie or this deception going. Not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Just Ten of Swords. That action is not going to happen. That's not going to make you stronger. Yeah. It's going to make you lose whatever you're trying to get in the physical. Okay, masculine. So for feminine, let's see about this really quick. Okay, feminine. Tell us about the goblin. Ooh, that came right out. The Hierophant. So you knew better. You knew better. You had the knowledge. You knew, okay, this is about learned knowledge. This is about commitment, okay? This is about making the commitment, being devoted, okay? You knew better. You were devoted. There is no excuse. That's what I'm hearing. The Wasp. Anger, retaliation, jealousy. Okay, working. We have the Apprentice, the Eight of Pentacles. So this is something that they have been working on, okay? What are they working on? Is this the feminine? No. Oh, this is something that the masculine needs to work on. Okay. Yeah, because this is 3, so this is manifestation. So she's pissed. She's pissed. You're going to have to work harder. Gonna have to work harder, because this whole jealousy thing, I feel like this jealousy thing, when there's another third party, there's another thing over here, when you're begging for forgiveness and to say, but I need to work, you want to work together, masculine, when the feminine's over here working her ass off, while you're over there being jealous because you're doing this shit, because the actions that you're taking, that's why you're being jealous. Is the feminine jealous? No, she loves this person. Lovers. She's angry because it's about both people working hard, not one or the other. It's about both people putting in the effort. Both people being there no matter what is going on. Whether it's the bottom or the top or the middle or whatever. What is the restriction? Someone's hiding. The masculine is hiding. The masculine is hiding his feelings, 10 of Cups. And until the light or the truth comes out about what this is, there's going to be a restriction. So just for everybody, take it as it resonates, because sometimes you don't know if you're the masculine or feminine, right? Sometimes, okay, I know very definitively, but I do know that I've been in a long twin flame journey, and I know at some certain parts that maybe I was acting in masculine state, or it seemed like what seemed like. So, yeah, death in reverse. So, okay, now for some, the restriction could be that someone's hiding something. Someone's family is hiding something. Someone's family is hiding a death. Someone's family is hiding something from a will, from a death. There is something that is going to come to light. Something that has been restricted, that is creating restriction. Someone's death or something needs to end. Yeah. Someone's been hiding something. Someone's been sneaking. It could be also, this is Virgo energy. Death is scorpionic energy. Yeah, someone is hiding. Also for some, the feminine could have said there's restriction. There's restriction on the passion. Why is this Ace of Wands? Mental constraint. Waiting for ships to come in. Okay, waiting for something else. Ready for something else. Four of Wands. For a real union. Not going to be... The feminine doesn't want to sit around and wait. Wait for something. For what? Show up and be present and be honest. And cut out this bullshit. Cut out the bullshit that the people and the things that are, stabbing everything in the back. And if that means the masculine as well, then that means the masculine as well, then. Fuck. If you're doing deceptive shit, if you a Decepticon, and nobody's coming to save you. Okay, so what's your question? It's about career. Are you in the right path? And you will leave the country in the future. I'm confused. Are you going to leave the country with your job? Are they two separate questions, or are you staying with the job that wants you to leave the country? You got to be very clear. The more clear and direct you are with your question, the more clear and direct the answer. Your job is giving you opportunities to leave, or you have opportunities to leave for a job? Be very specific about your question. Are you in the job because you have the opportunity to leave the country? You want to go for study? I would say anything that you want to do, like if you want to go for study or you want to take action, I would say that you should take action. Justice. You should figure out the legal implications or the legalities, figure out what paperwork or what visa or whatever that you need to be able to do that. Because to be honest, I'm not sure, like the way that the world is going down, like how much longer, I mean, I don't want to say it, knock on wood, people are going to be able to just like travel places freely. They're closing a lot of airports, they're shutting a lot of shit down. And like I said, I don't want to project that, knock on wood. I want people to be able to move around. But if you want to go and study somewhere and you're feeling called and that's what you feel called to do, then figure out how to do that. And when you do that, figure out how to get a job where you want to go. Because justice is about you find the balance through the thing that you want to do. But this is also legal, it's also legal matters, right? So what it's saying is you need paperwork. Yeah, take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith. It may seem foolish to other people, whatever you want to do, but if you're learning something that you want to learn because it interests you or it brings you joy or happiness, then you should do it. You feel called to a country. Yeah, I mean, like, I live on the opposite side of the world, and people wonder why. Like, I just feel called. I've been called to countries all around the world. Now, it will be work. It will take you extra work. Okay? 10 of Wands. You will have to put in a lot of work, and you will have to build something new. Okay? The Emperor. You'll have to start new foundation. You have to start from small. Yeah. But, yeah, it will bring you happiness. Ultimately, it will bring you happiness. So, that's what's important, right? It will make you happy. But there will be work. And the work will be creating a new life or a new structure. The Emperor is like building something new. It's foundation. It's foundational work. It's structure. It's form, right? It's after thought and conception. It's form. Constructing the next thing. So, but it brings happiness, the sun. So that's great. But yeah, it will take you work. But you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. You have to do work towards it, right? I don't know. Like, what you have to do is figure out, this is the hangman came up because you're still in an indecision. That's what the hangman is it's indecision. It's like, I don't know if I want to make I don't know. You have to figure out. So first of all, if you want to do study, what are you going to study? Where are you going to go and study? Then what is around there where you can work? Is there a way? Is there a program that allows students to go and work? Is there another program? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know what your situation is. But you can always see if there's grants or if there's anything else like that. But what I'm really getting from it is that you have to look into where it is that you want to study, what it is that you want to study, and then reach out to the community or people or something, like in a forum, like at the college, whatever you're doing. And just kind of reach out to those people or start to try to talk to the people and figure out what there is to do. Maybe there's people that are like, yeah, come here, help me do this, and you can have a room or you can have food or whatever, figure it out. Like, there could be something. About the energy. You feel energy from other people. What type of energy do you feel? Like off energy, like intense energy, like good or bad energy? You should be tuned into it. If you're feeling intense energy that's bad or off, then take a breath and walk away. You know, I like to, yeah, the room thing. Yeah, I mean, there's also a program, when I was going through Europe and different places like that. There's a problem. There's a program, because I had a problem, and there's a program called Work Away, WORKAWAY, Work Away, and I think it's like 60 or 70 euros or something like that for a year. Now you can go on there and say, these are all the things that I'm good at doing, right? Like I know how to do a lot of things. Like I know how to do tile work and plumbing and solar and teach English, like teach English, work with kids, work with farms, work with animals. I have a lot of things I can put on the list, and for a lot of places, you can basically do that. You can say, listen, I'm gonna, or wolfing is another one. WOLF, wolfing is like where you go and do farm work. Where it's like you work on the project or whatever it is, and you do your 3 to 5 hours a day, and you put in the work to help wherever the place is, and then you're able to kind of like go from there, essentially. Like they give you a place. So some of the places would give like a room and a meal. Some places would allow other work to happen. Like I did different stuff. I worked at a place like at this crazy resort where they threw festivals, like at some hostel, like for some people with their kids teaching English. I was gonna go to a farm in like Malta and tend a garden. Like there's all different types of stuff that you can do. You just have to figure it out. Like, is it something? Do you want to sit and stay stuck where you are forever, saying, "Do I have an availability to go to this other country," or do you want to trust? Do you know in your intuition, like when you sense it, when you feel it, if you feel drawn to a country, like what makes you feel there? You know what I'm saying? Like gardening and construction. Yeah, trust. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you do construction work and stuff like that, like I did electrical, I did construction, I did all this stuff. So it's really like people need people that want to come and work. And it's like, cool, you can live here, or maybe we're building the place out that you're working on, or maybe we're doing that. Like when I first came here to Bali, I was going to work with this program called Get Plastics, because I do a lot of upcycling and stuff like this. And I wanted to show them like how to, like, other things that we can do with plastic things that they can't turn into fuel. And so I was going to do that, but I didn't have a bike, and I didn't have a phone, and they didn't have Wi-Fi, and it was all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, people are going to think that someone fucking killed me if I just go off grid, if I just show up here and then go off grid and don't have a way to get anywhere. And so as I trusted and as I did card reads and all this stuff, I was able to find places and ways to make it happen. But, you have to trust that. You have to trust that. Like I think it's something that I'm going to do for my space here. I just have to actually generate a bit more funds in order to do it. But like for now, that's what I'm working on doing. I'm working on setting it up like that. That way I can have different people that want to come and help me work, like, and build like permaculture and do different stuff here, and create different art and things like that, because then I'll be able to actually have someone to help, right? New brain, I can't do everything by myself. So, but yeah, giving and receiving, it's like, what can somebody offer? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you this? Can you that? But yeah, check it out. What's your one question? I have to hop off soon because my battery is going to die, and I can't, this device, you can't hear, if you've listened to my other videos, if I plug in the cord, then you can't hear. So what is your question, glowing star? In your dream. Um, so Dream interpretation is a little bit different. So when you're seeing something um, in somebody's hair, okay, when you're seeing something like an insect or a bug or something like that, you have to look at like what the definition, what the meaning or whatever of this is. Now, for something that's like that, that's like lice in hair or something like this, right? This is more of like an infestation. Okay, so what this can mean is there can be some actions that need to be taken. It can be that there can be something else that can be coming in that can be making her sick or attack, right? It can be that there is something parasitic. It can be the root of the problem or the root of the cause. It can be different things. It can be that, something needs to be cleaned. Like you need to clean something down to the root. So, you were killing them. So you were helping her to get rid of them. So it could also mean that there's something that you need to help her with, right? There's something that you need to help her with, because this is like this is a grooming thing, right? This is a grooming thing, right? So this is very, it's care, it's nurturing, it's primal. It can be somebody that's close to you that you care for. It can also mean that you need to give more care to yourself, to those that you love, right? You need to check in maybe with them. That's what I do. Let me pull a couple cards and see. It could mean that you foresee something. You could foresee wish fulfillment. She could be getting ready to leave somebody. Or maybe there's someone that's being a pest to her. There could be someone that's being a pest to your aunt. And by helping her to get rid of it, you can help alleviate the heartache from coming in, right? You can help create a wish fulfillment by kind of foreseeing. Because the Queen of Hearts is like, I can see things, but she's seeing what? Emotional contentment? Wish fulfillment? So, and not heartache. So, yeah, maybe check on her. Maybe there is something that's a little bit more, maybe there's something a little bit deeper. Yeah, judgment. Maybe there's something deeper. Maybe there's something that your angels or your spiritual team is trying to tell you. And you need to talk to her maybe about it and ask her if it means anything to her. Yeah. I heard something about that. Like, I feel like a week or two ago that someone was trying to do that. Yeah, there's all kinds, and this is what I was saying at the beginning. Like, you might want to go back and rewatch. You came in at the end, Glowing Star. You might want to go back and rewatch because I'm about to stop the video. But I was talking about that, and that's what a lot of the keepers of the light were talking about. Yeah, is there is people that are out there trying to spiritually attack or unalive people, and not just, I don't mean like that. I mean like they're trying to take over. The entities are trying to come in and take over the person's body or the person's life or whatever, and they are doing that. And to people that are spiritually, okay, what I'm getting is spiritual hygiene, okay? So how we protect ourselves is spiritual hygiene. So make sure you're doing protection. Make sure your aunt is doing protection. Yeah, it was sick, yeah. So the sickness, right? So make sure you're doing proper spiritual hygiene. And this is what I was doing, right? I was doing all these things, different things to cleanse myself, to cleanse my being, to cleanse myself, to cleanse my space. I just cleaned everything. Like, gotta just do a deep clean and do it spiritually too, right? Ask your angels, ask your ancestors, do it. Go to the water, ask, pray to the water. Water is old. That's where the ancestors are. Okay? But yeah, just know you can watch at the beginning. It's something that I was talking about, and there's a lot of, you will notice. It's interesting. I was having a conversation with my aunt earlier this morning. I mean, she's not my aunt, but I call her my auntie. But I was telling her, I was like, you got to watch out. People want to attack in your brain, right? This fear, this is an old program, and they want to keep us down. It's spiritual warfare going on, and it is like mind manipulation, and that's something that you need to watch out. So it's on your head, so it's on your mind, right? It's on your brain, on your head. It's trying to infiltrate. So it could have to do with thoughts, right? So talk to her. Yeah, if you tune into it, you can feel the energy of people and stuff like that, and you can tune into it. Anyways, you guys, you will go to her house now. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so she's sick. Yeah. That's why you have to go and figure out what it is, because there's probably something on her. But here's the thing also that you need to know. If somebody has done black magic and somebody has put spell work out on somebody, that can come back to them, right? So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of return to sender. That way because the energy can't transmute. It has to go somewhere. So someone either has to get rid of it and cleanse it, or it gets returned back. So make sure that she's not doing anything. Maybe you need to talk to her about that. You need to have the honest conversation with your aunt, okay? Ciao for now. As always, you guys, thank you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. If you can donate to my Give, Send, Go, that would be awesome. As always, infinite blessings, love, and light. Thank you, and ciao for now.